Hey there, welcome to Randomness of Rudy. My name is Tracey. I'm a consulting astrologer and a certified life coach. And welcome to my playlist, What's Your Sign, Virgo? This is a playlist that focuses on what it means to have the planets in our solar system, specifically the sun through the planet Jupiter, in the sign of Virgo at one's moment of birth. This is a playlist that was inspired for parents with children who have Virgo placements in their astrological birth chart. But of course, if you are an adult with Virgo placements in your chart, these videos also apply. And so if you haven't seen some of the other videos, Moon in Virgo, Mercury in Virgo, definitely go back to check those out if they apply. In this particular video, we're going to talk about what it means to be born with the planet Mars in the sign of Virgo. What a lot of folks don't know about astrology is that when we're born, not only is the sun in a particular zodiac sign, but so too are all of the other planets in our solar system. And each planet means something specific to one's personality. So not only do you or does your child have a moon sign, but we also all have a Mercury sign, a Venus sign, a Saturn sign, and so on and so forth. Mars in astrology describes how we use our energy to accomplish things, how we assert ourselves when it comes to pursuing the things that we want. Virgo, meanwhile, is an earth sign. Earth signs are the planners of the zodiac. And so generally speaking, earth signs tend to be pretty strategic, pretty methodical when it comes to how they navigate their lifestyle and regular affairs. I always often describe Virgo as the most planning of all of the earth signs, probably the most planning of all of the zodiac signs, because Virgo is very meticulous. It's a sign that literally plans from point A to point Z, wanting to consider all of the details. And so with Mars in the sign of Virgo, this describes an individual, a child, an adult, that pursues things by putting a plan in place. And because Virgo is so methodical and so strategic and so detail-oriented, 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, someone with Mars in the sign of Virgo is going to accomplish the thing that they want. In fact, God forbid anyone, say otherwise to the child or adult with Mars in Virgo, and they're going to prove you wrong and do it twice. And so Virgo, generally speaking, values efficiency. It's a sign that likes to simplify things, which is why the sign is so methodical in everything it does and is able to kind of, see the things that people miss. Virgo is highly observant and really notices everything, which is why for Mars and Virgo natives, they have this wonderful ability to literally plan their way to success, okay? An example I like to give in some of my readings to folks who have Mars and Virgo is that, let's say on a Saturday, there are 4 different errands to run. You've got to go to the library, you've got to go to the grocery store, you've got to stop at the bank, and you want to pick up your dry cleaning, right? A Mars in Virgo native is going to say, well, first I'm going to go to the library because by the time I drop the book off, the dry cleaning has opened. It's right next door. I can pick it up. And then I will stop at the bank and save the grocery store for last so that my frozen goods don't sit in the car for too long. Like this literally describes the amount of energy and planning that goes into the person with Mars in the sign of Virgo. So this is a superpower in many ways. Mars and Virgo natives are pretty grounded in their approach, and they also know how to be strategic in what it is that they pursue, which again guarantees them success. Now, sometimes Mars and Virgo natives can get too caught up in the detail, okay? And coming back to the example, let's say that this person does go to the library first because by the time the library they've returned their book, the dry cleaning is open, right? So they go to the library first only to discover that the library is closed. And so that throws off the whole plan. And as a result, that Mars and Virgo native is probably going to beat themselves up, be pretty hard on themselves. Why didn't I call the library first? Why didn't I know that it wasn't open? And so these are things that you want to be mindful of if you're raising a child with Mars and Virgo, or if you are a fully functioning adult with Mars and Virgo. There's a tendency to feel completely caught off when a plan does not go according to plan. So you want to make sure that you're giving yourself grace. If you were born with this placement, you want to make sure that you're teaching your child how to adopt flexibility so that they're not being so hard and self-critical of themselves for not capturing a minor detail that may have been missed. okay? I always say to Mars and Virgo natives that you don't want to forget the bigger picture. So it's great to like plan the things that you want to pursue, but make sure you come back to why am I doing this in the first place, right? That way you can kind of bring your attention up to the forests, right? To the larger picture and not get so caught up in the weeds of something that you end up bringing a lot of unnecessary anxiety and worry and putting a lot of pressure on yourselves, okay? Virgo is a very nervous energy with Mars here. This kind of adds to that nervousness, especially when you're trying to achieve something. And so remember, you don't have to try very hard. Like you're gonna map everything out pretty strategically. Mars and Virgo natives get that piece quite honestly. It's when you start to put too much on your plate or you're over planning or overthinking or beating yourself up because of a minor detail that was missed, that's when you get in your own way, okay? And again, we're only talking the Mars placement here. Remember, when we're born, we've got a sun sign, we've got a moon sign, we've got a Mercury sign. And so if you're a parent wanting to learn more about your child's full astrological makeup, visit my website at babyastrologybooks.com and purchase their first astrology book. These books are about 32 to 34 pages long, personally authored by me, professionally printed and published, and they make beautiful lifelong gifts. If you are an adult wanting to learn more about your full astrological makeup, visit my website at traceylrogers.com and book yourself a personal reading. Until next time, take care.